Alright. Let's go again. Let me see what we're doing for the achievements really quick. So we would need 2 more games with support only, and everything else we could just wait on for now. I guess we could try using more spike factories, because they, to be fair, are pretty solid. On the other cross paths, like this one and this one are pretty solid. I'm not too sure how reliable they are, though, and I don't really want to waste another 30 minutes if I can help it, so let's just not do that for right now. I don't think we need to worry about primary only or military only, and we're about to play a magic only game and get that achievement anyways. So let's just, I guess, play a normal game, and then once we move on to the next map in the black border list, then we'll go to, you know, support onlys, because we can't use a beast handler, which I think would be nice to use right now, but we just can't use them. So let's see, we can use... Man, I don't even know. I feel like this map is a little tricky for placements, even though it's a beginner map. We could use a mermonkey right here. That'd be cool. If we get bottom path, mermonkey, then maybe we can also get a super monkey right here to take care of a lot of like crowded balloons. And then for the beginning of the map, we can use like a mortar, and maybe a sniper or an ace or something like that. Yeah, let's try that. Anyways. Employment does give you a reason to get up. Yeah, that is true. Honestly, that is a big reason why I started doing this, because I had no real schedule. And I mean, I was working on some other stuff on my own for fun, but I had no real schedule or anything, so I was like, well, if I want to get stuff done and eventually make money for it, like I was saying, making videos, or some other stuff I have in my room here that I won't get into. It's not drugs, don't worry, I'm not making drugs or selling weed. Don't arrest me. Anyways, but I didn't really have a schedule with that stuff, so I wasn't really working under deadlines or anything, or a time limit. So I said I need something that will help me do that, and possibly also turn into a paycheck later. So I said, I think streaming would be the best thing, because it's pretty light in workload. I think the stuff I talked about today with like art and like managing the look of the channel, that's kind of like the heaviest thing I have to do with this, because I'm not running a huge company like, I don't know, like Game Grumps or Good Mythical Morning. Like, I'm not doing all that. So really all I have to do here is just, you know, get up, get on here by a certain time, and then export the videos by a certain time, and that's really it. So I said this will be a good thing to get me into like a regiment, and to get my sleep schedule in a good place, and my diet, because I'm going to be eating at more regular times, so it gets my diet in a better place and all that. And then again, eventually this might turn into a paycheck for me, which would be great. But right now it's honestly just a way for me to get my bodily functions working in a more healthy way, I guess you could say. It's been working out so far. It's only been 2 months, and you know, you might expect like true effects and like changes, noticeable changes. That kind of stuff usually doesn't really take place for like half a year. You know, like if you go to the gym and you're on a diet and you're weightlifting consistently, you won't really see consistent changes until like a few months in, at least. So, you know, I'm liking how I'm feeling right now, but I think in like half a year, if I'm still here doing this, I think I'm gonna feel a lot better about it. Hopefully. That's my theory, at least. So true, so true. Streaming is the hardest job. Streaming is the hardest job ever. It's definitely more backbreaking than construction and metalworking. Yeah. Yep. It's totally harder than going underwater and having to fix underwater structures with a welding tool or something like that for 12 hours at a time. It's definitely harder than that, yeah. See, I would go back to school, but I need to pay off some debt before I do that. My school told me if I want to go back to school, I've got to pay off their debt. So I need money. It's all about the money. It's never about the money, Spider-Man. It's about the Mets, baby. I love the Mets. Go Mets. Let's go and get a couple banana farms going. All this stuff's fairly expensive. See, you don't detect camo. You do. You also do, but you don't. But I can do bottom path on you for that, so that's fine. We'll do that. I think that's alright then. We don't really need the mortar to detect camo if the super monkey can. I've got good money coming in from the village, or from the farms. So let's do top path and then bottom path on you. We'll save up for that. Um, man, I'm trying to think of what I want to do today. I guess really I could just, work on ideas for the stream for like, art and emotes and all that stuff later. I could work on that today. Um, I do want to show off some of the music stuff I keep talking about because it's not really. I don't want to say it's stuff that you would normally see with a musician. Like usually with a musician, you would expect them to show off like a Fruity Loop session or a Logic Pro session. But I don't really do that. I make music for sure, and I do write stuff, and I have a DAW. I use Reaper, but I mostly use MuseScore. And honestly, right now I haven't been writing a lot, so everything in my music endeavors has been a bit different. So I kind of want to show that off and show you what I've been doing. But let me do that after this game. Your Sonic is paying a decent amount of money because nobody wants to work there. See, that's the problem with where I live, because for whatever reason, everywhere is overstaffed. I don't get it. I don't know what happened, but you would expect somewhere like a Sonic or like a one-off Burger King in the middle of the road somewhere to not have that many workers. But for whatever reason, everywhere says they're hiring. Like, I'll give you an example. There was a Del Taco down the street from me that said they were hiring, and I applied for them. And they're like, actually, the position's full, so sorry, we can't hire you. And I'm like, what the? You lied. You just lied to me. And sure, I guess maybe there's like manager positions to be filled or something like that. Or, upper management. Like a shift manager or whatever. But I don't have that kind of experience. And I'm pretty sure you can't just go into a management position with no experience at all. Like, you would have to work up from being a fry cook or a busboy into being a manager, I think. I can't just show up as a manager. Which is unfortunate. Okay, so we have Azili's level 10. So what does it do? Places a curse on mob classes. It makes them take damage every second. Oh, I see. It just deletes them. So if I have a ZOMG on screen at around 80, I'm guessing I could just put this on, and then once it pops, it would just not spawn any children. That does seem pretty good. Does that apply to everything on screen? Like if we do this on round 95, would she just... Oh wow, yeah. That's crazy. I gotta try that again when there's a clearer view of what's happening here. Oh, so she'll curse one, and then if that one gets popped, it'll transfer the curse to another one? And that just keeps going for everything that's on screen? Or is it like a time limit? Oh, I guess it's just everything that's on screen, huh? That's pretty crazy. So if I do this, you pop, you get transferred, transfer, 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 transfer. Wow, that is crazy. Looks like there's a limit on how many you can pop with that, but that is wild. I can definitely understand why that is so strong. People say she sucks because they don't know what to pair up with her. I guess. I talked about last time, she seems like she would be a good multiplayer hero, because if you have this totem ability, alright. Let me show you what I'm talking about before we restart here. If you have her on multiplayer, you could do the totem ability, right? And then you could have the other, or at least one of the other players, you could have them use Ben, so you can regenerate lives and kind of spam this, and then you would be able to buff any nearby monkeys, and it says especially wizard monkeys, so you could definitely pair some wizard monkeys with her. And again, I think this would go well with Ben, because Ben has his siphon ability or something like that, or like a Trojan, that's what it is. He puts Trojan viruses on the Bloons, so it kind of does the same thing. And then all these other ones I don't know yet. But yeah, it seems like she would go well with Ben and with wizard monkeys. Then she could use this to take care of purples. I think, if I remember correctly, I think this ability is global, so it kind of makes any wizard or any magic monkey be able to pop purples, right? So I think that would work well. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a couple good combos with her, but just not many that are that obvious, I think.